Hey, hi. Welcome to how do you guys pronounce it? OSU, OS? Hello, welcome to Pumpkin Patch episode 22. Good day, good evening, good night. I don't know what time you guys listening to this. Hey, what's up? How's you guys been? Today we've been talking about OSU because I have nothing else to talk about, and I guess like some people are curious about suddenly me like when I came back like what went high then I came back suddenly OSU player or whatnot like because no one knows what happened to OSU when I touch it what happened or like the actual law for what OSU and OSU mapping. Like I just want to talk about like British history. So yeah, let's get right into it, mate. Okay, so I started playing also. Let me just fact check first because I assure you, I am not. Okay, I started around 2022 September. It was because I had already bought a pen before wanting to play also. By the way, also the pen was meant for drawing mangas and whatnot, and it is still, but just like yeah, about that I don't really have the software because it costs money and I'm really debating whether to use my free trial for it. It's 2 years by the way, and like I want to use it on a year that it's like 2 years I can make most use of it because the code will never expire. It's bound to this tablet. But like because like if I buy it now next year I'm going to get a fucking internship. When am I going to do it? You see, I'm trying to think properly. So yeah, I don't really have this one. I want to use Clip Studio, Clip Pins, that clip thing, you know, that C with a P, the yeah, that one. So yeah, then I got that thing. But then when I like, saw some people playing also, I realized people were using pen. I thought people were using mouse because the only time I saw also was my brother playing and my friend playing and like I think like some random clips here and there. I knew about also, but I just didn't know how it was and how it was. I didn't know it was a rhythm game. Okay, I was dumb, stupid, and ADHD back then. I mean, I don't think anything changed, you know. I mean, nothing changed really, but I know I control my like things. I'm learning more because my access to internet got better over the years, and yeah, so I saw people using pen, so I offer my dude, if you want to use my pen because it's just gonna sit in the cupboard for like now a year. It was like another month plus. So if you want just use it, he never use it. So eventually, you know what? Fuck it. Let me use the pen and at least put use into it because literally I bought it at $100+ and it's just sitting in my cupboard, never touched. So I decided to play and then I got hooked on it because first it's low. First it's quite fun game. Let's be real, it's fun. And the second thing was it could run on my shitty PC because I thought also would be like very heavy on the PC and that's why I didn't like to play new games. So but my PC could handle it for a very long time. So I just started playing it for hours and I think the first I can't open my Opera because for some reason Opera takes about 4 GB or like 5 GB when I open it, so I can't touch it because memory will just plummet, man. Plummets like crazy. So yeah, I've been playing for like I think 1,000 hours the first time, and then I dropped, and then it stopped because I went to holiday, and then had to focus on my application for school because it was my graduation. No, it wasn't graduation yet. I used most of the time to focus on my next year because next year was the graduation year. So I had, to focus on the tests and whatnot. So that's why I did studies and whatnot. But during my free time, during the break, I decided to, let's try the one. Because when I started playing, I also realized you could map. I made one and it was so god awful that I deleted it off the site and I literally deleted the map. Literally gone. I mean, I can try to dig it, but like it's gone. Nothing was timed right, nothing was done right. I have no idea. If you guys don't know what's the first map, it's actually a Morikalu song. It's the raid. The worst. There's a reason why no one ranked it because it's by far the worst song to map. So it was terrible. It was over mapped, under mapped, and it's just shit. And then I never touched mapping until I do not know when. And then I touch it during the free time before, like around the start of year to the mid year. I just try mapping and playing. mostly did mapping. I did like I made 4 maps, 4 or 5 maps. 2 of them was Zen Kaku Song, and the rest are miscellaneous, I think. It was just me testing out, and I know I wasn't sure because the only maps back then I was playing was 4 stars and some 5 stars and mostly Aspire, because I was drawn in by Aspire map because normal also by far looks boring in itself, but then when you realize it's first in the rhythm game, you can make your own maps and you can make stuff like Aspire. You realize, holy shit, there is no boundaries of what could be map. And you see those storyboards, like it gets crazier the more you delve into it. So that's why I was drawn into it. It was Aspire that drawn me into it. First the storyboards, then the Aspire, like that started drawing me into it. And then it was a rhythm game which I wanted to try. I didn't really play any rhythm games. I only got introduced to some rhythm games before, but I wasn't really sticking to it. But then after growing up, when you're going to like your late teens, eventually you want to do fucking, for some reason everyone like to gravitate to rhythm games more, because for some reason it's a very casual way to kill time. So yeah, I then started playing it and trying to learn mapping. All maps are terrible, no one wants to remember them. Super Heavy helped me with like modding, telling me feedbacks and stuff, which, man, I'm so glad he helped me. Thank you, Super V. That guy really helped me a bunch, man. He like taught me how to, like, firstly how what the fuck I was mapping was wrong, go do easy stuff and whatnot, but like I wasn't still getting direction because end of year I did, I think, next year? No, yeah, that year, 2023, near the end of it, I started mapping 2 more contests. They were very bad maps, and yeah, there were one for VAT. It was the first proper contest, and then the other one was the monthly bitmap contest, which just came back after being on hiatus for do not know how long. So yeah, I did that. They were decent. They had like structures of sorts, but it's like what PC said to me on the comments and what other people said, it was like interesting. It's definitely has a cool concept, but no, it's not. Like, it's way like overmap. No rhythm sense and whatnot. Because if you guys do not know, I used to come for geometry dash mapping. I used to map geometry dash level for Vex Boy there. He told me back when he played, and I was mostly a member there. And I also made some games. So I was, in terms of like those type of rhythm like games, the most I only played was, in quotation, Geometry Dash, because even though it's not really a rhythm game, there is like some sense of rhythm to it. Yeah. That was the only other type. So my sense was, it looks cool, because based on Aspire, that's how my mind worked back then. So, but then next year, when after a while VAT2 came out, I mapped it. It was decent. I mapped a total of, I got my first is 2024, I'm pretty sure. I got my new laptops and whatnot. I started learning mapping. I started playing more around that time, because around end of year, I was around the time where I could play more 6, 7, and was almost possible to pass 8 and 9, I think. Yeah, essentially I was gaming really hard. The next year, which is this year, I started playing, and then I managed to do 8 stars, almost do 9. Then essentially I understood how it also works, and then I started mapping it after properly learning how maps are actually made. And then that came out with like semi-proper maps, like my VAT2 submission, which was around the time when they introduced Tycho, Mania, and Catch mapping competition at the same time with the standard, which I did standard. Got decent feedback about it, and because I was just lazy. It also was around the time I generated that funny meme, which I was just mapping on the fucking train. Don't ask why, man. I was like really locked in, and then I didn't even finish the map because it was a very long map and it was very boring. That's why I prefer the first one, to be honest. So yeah, but it was for a feature artist, so props to him. Was it her? I'm pretty sure it's him. And then I was mapping like the Inab Kimori, around the time I started mapping more Vocaloids and stuff. And then after that I asked if I possible could I like rank certain the Inabukimori map. Yeah. I asked for feedback and White, thank you. White, yes, is the B is it? Yeah, I think he's a BN. The guy who is a VAT owner, the person who founded it and is a BN. He said, I think it's better if you start mapping with like easier maps. So like you can do 1, which is actually harder actually. 1 to like 5 stars, he said, but for me 5 is still relatively easy. 6 is easy. 7 onwards is when I decided that's the hard part, because if you guys do not know, 1 to 3 certain mapping style, 4 and 5 is the same exact style in the insane-ish. And then 6 is extra. 7 is also extra, but 6 is when slight gimmicks are added. It's when fun is added. Then 7 is when challenge and slightly more gimmicky, where you start to get odds and whatnot. And then you got 8 and 9 and 10, which are just like unique style mapping, where they have very high gimmicks or very high speeds and whatnot. So yeah, when I started learning all these things, and then at first I didn't want to follow White. Truth to be told, I didn't want to follow White. Instructions like, map slow, but then eventually I decided, you know what, it's worth trying to map a low SR. And then I started trying to map Insane Diff, which I knew quite well. Insane and extras I know how to do. So I started mapping it. I decided to do last year. I actually like saved a lot of feature artists, tried to download a lot of songs, but I didn't even went through half of it. I was just mapping whatever I wanted, and it was bad timing. So like this year, that time, I decided get a bunch of feature artists following last time footsteps, get a bunch of feature artist songs, and start learning how to map with it within 1 year now. Compared to 2 years before, I am actually in the spot where I say I'm actually capable of getting rankable maps and whatnot. I mean, people come to my stream and actually learn how to map, and it's like back then I was the one getting the like more to like trying to understand mapping and whatnot. Now I'm like, yeah, so you do this ugly, this has no rhythm sense, no flow sense or whatnot. It's like I started learning properly, like how to do stuff, and I also started mapping really quickly. Like it went from like 2 weeks to map one simple 5 minutes or 3-minute songs to now like capable of finish within 1 week or 3 days itself. It's like I'm actually speed mapping meta. And sometimes I will just finish it in one stream, which is just 8 hours at most, if not 6 hours or like 4 hours, and I'll just finish the entire map, which is crazy. And then spend about 1 hour or 30 minutes to just hit something, and the rest is just random diff. If not, I just get guest diff, which is just like really good. Compared to back then where I had no clue how to do a single thing, now it's like I know how to do basic storyboarding, I know how to map, I know how to hit sound, which is gods. I mean, I just looked back at all my old Tony maps that I made. God, it was so goddamn awful. I didn't have a style, just like my art, just like my art. I didn't have a style. But then I started, and I was mapping a lot of tech after the first year of mapping. I started mapping tag, which was the terrible decision because tag requires a lot of skill to learn how to map. So yeah, then I started practicing normal maps instead of just tag mapping. So I did like the other one this way. I don't from the spooky, and then that started helping me. And like I started mapping a lot, like jumps and practice, and then now I'm in a comfortable spot that I can just make actual good maps, man. So that's literally my journey. It's literally just on the like, oh, my brother not using, I need to use this pen, like my tablet, and then I started playing. I realized the mapping scene. I really liked the mapping scene, and I just fell for it because even though I can play more other games now, because back then I only played 2 games, Warframe and also because my PC could not handle a single other game. I launched any other game, it fucking crashed within 5 seconds. and my PC has to restart like 3 times just for it to work. But now, I mean, yeah, my PC is way better now, but like, OSU I think will forever stay with me because it's really, really fun to play. Thank you guys for, and if not, thank you guys for listening to today's short episode. Tomorrow should be a longer episode. It should be tomorrow, by the way, yeah. So episode 23, 24, 25, which and 26. I will try to do longer episodes, back to like 30 minutes at most, and then maybe invite as many guests as possible. If not, but those might get delayed a bit, like maybe 2 episodes per day, or like until the last episode, which I will just gonna maybe make 2, because that one will have 1 collab and probably 1 farewell episode. So yeah, stick around for those few episodes. I gotta go edit like bunch of episodes now and make a bunch of thumbnails. Oh god, this is gonna be painful. Anyway, thank you guys for coming over and liking my OSU journey. I know it's not very long. I didn't start at 2017 or whatnot, but like, hey, I knew about it. I just didn't play. I was busy schooling and playing basically the most boring games. If not, see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys are listening this on your way back from work or school, or listening this during your most comfortable time, and hope your studies and whatnot do well. Good luck with whatever you're doing, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.